I love how you said, like, what's the difference between your personal life and business life? I recently heard this concept of this guy, he won't do business unless they're friends. And I'm like, yes, amen. It used to be the other way around. People were like scared to do business with their friends because it might mess up their friendship. No, we live in a different time now. That was like an old paradigm. So let's start with hearing your personal one, and then let's hear the business idea.
Okay, so I've been always struggling with weight issues, and recently 2 or 3 times in my life I managed to lose significant weight, and then it always creeped back, and recently I again got rid of quite a bit. It's about 20 kilos. I only know kilos, I don't know pounds. I live in London, but I don't know pounds. So, and it all went amazingly well. And I started kind of preach about it and helping people, and people turned to me for advice. And well, I got stuck. And it doesn't shift, and old habits creep. Yeah, that's one thing.
Okay.
And
I think
it doesn't work anymore because I used this time hypnosis. I listened to hypnosis, and that helped me a lot. But now it's not. I'm just stuck.
So it sounds like your weight has fluctuated. It sounds like kind of like a wave or a yo-yo. Maybe someone would describe it as like a yo-yo. I'm not sure what your dieting is. You said you did hypnosis, and that helped you lose 20 kilos?
No, yes, but it's not like a yo-yo because I'm not like, most of the time I'm very overweight, and time to time I manage to lose, maybe every 8 years or something like that.
Okay. And then you...
The pattern.
So you felt so good losing the weight, you were even going to start helping others lose weight, and then you said then you got stuck and regained the weight back? Is that what happened, or?
Not yet. Oh, but I'm kind of like some weird program is running, and I'm like checking my reflection, and that tummy is coming back, and but it's kind of like I'm expecting it to happen.
Okay. Well, okay. I hear.
I totally lost the plot, and I just don't want to lose what I achieved, and I'm feeling I'm again losing the control a bit.
Cool. So there's definitely, in my opinion, a difference in losing weight and being healthy. I do think a lot of people can lose a lot of weight, a lot of inflammation. It could be water weight because someone's full of preservatives or table salt and they're like holding on extra inflammation or water in their body. It can be like so many different things, and someone losing that it can be fairly easy in the if someone has enough mental strength.
That was my experience when I was in the right mindset.
Yeah, and so like we once, our first retreat we ever did, a lady came that was extremely overweight. And she didn't eat for 11 days. It was a 2-week retreat, and it was free. It was erratic. It's so different than how we do things now. This is really when we started out. But she didn't eat for 11 days. She probably lost about 20 pounds or so, and I'm like, yep, it's as simple as that. However, that doesn't really get to the root. It's kind of like, that's almost like removing the top of a weed rather than taking the roots out. And I think a lot of times what I've seen with weight is it's a direct reflection of what what they might be carrying metaphorically in their life. Typically people that, from what I've understood, that go like yo-yoing in their weight is because they figured out a way to get rid of the top of the weed, but there's still an underlying issue of them holding on to something, not completely letting go. And I don't know if that's the case for you or not. But that's, man, I would say one of the most effective weight losses programs I've ever seen is confession. Is when someone has no secrets, it's like, usually they're pretty skinny. They're pretty like non-inflamed and not heavy. And I'm not saying that's easy. I honestly don't know if it's even possible to have no secrets. That's what a challenge it can be. I think it's one of those things that people get closer to, like success is not really a place someone reaches, but it's like a moving target. that people can get closer and closer to. Full circle, when you started bringing work into it, jobs, what I will say is that sometimes I have seen people correlate losing weight with stopping working a certain job or letting go of a certain type of lifestyle. And I'm not saying it has to do with this job, but it was funny that you brought up work and the weight loss.
All what I built, it happened even when I was 110 pounds. So it's not, I think I was authentic even when I was much more heavier. So it's not, I don't know, this is what you meant? Sorry.
Oh, no, I'm not, like, authentic in the sense of, and this is the difference between just being transparent and someone following their truth. So what I'm saying is I've seen people stop working a job that's not the most fulfilling to them simultaneously while losing a lot of weight. Or someone giving a lot of money away simultaneously with losing a lot of weight. So when I'm saying authentic, I mean it might even be authentic to one's dharma. Like if someone's not following their passion or their true calling, sometimes there are side effects like weight gain, like they feel heavy. They feel heavy metaphorically and literally. And there could be a hormonal cause, but really I do believe it comes down to the power of placebo or the power of thought. Like if someone thinks they have a hormonal issue, that can change their hormones. If someone thinks they're gonna gain weight, that can change their hormones, so where they gain weight. If someone, so I would be really, it might be a thought, like letting go of a thought or a belief could be where you keep weight off. But it sounds like if you are anticipating gaining weight, you might be holding on, that might be a weight in itself. And that might show up in your body until you can fully let go of that belief.
Oh, sorry, what?
Yeah, it's like a chicken or the egg type of scenario. It's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? What came first, the thought or the behavior? What came first, the belief or the body? Like, does your body the way it is because your belief, or is your beliefs the way your body are? And I think we can switch one of those and see results in both sides. So that's what I was saying, that I bet the longer you keep the weight off, the less you'll believe that you're going to gain it. And when you let go of that you're going to ever believe, if you let go of the belief you'll ever gain weight again or become overweight again, then I think you won't. If you can let it go though, that's the issue. That's the situation, is letting go of that belief. Letting go of that anticipation. Yeah. Choosing to put your energy.
Even eating anything, I always feel guilt. And I'm fed up with that. Why can't just eat whatever?
Yeah, exactly. And what I would say is, that's a great point, that guilt. Find out a way to love that guilty feeling, because maybe what that is keeping you under a control of eating a certain quantity that's good for you. So rather than being in resistance to the guilt, because that could get the guilt to grow and become heavier, literally and metaphorically, I would learn to love that guilt and then let it go and replace it with something better, like gratitude, potentially. And then I think a person that's in a state of gratitude is typically less inflamed than a person that's in a state of guilt. Run,